Welcome to 357 Studios Talking Circles podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Rust, and here's my co-host coming from the hangar, Kyle Masters. Kyle, how's it going, buddy?
Man, it's going good. How are you?
Good. Plane's looking good back there. Pretty
Yeah.
proud of you, buddy.
We got another one.
Damn.
Yeah,
All years. Yeah. Pretty nice, bub. Special guest today. But before we get into that, Chemstream Race Fuels. Use Chemstream. Go fast.
Also, we got to thank ACT Tire and Auto out of Flora, Illinois. You can see them for all your auto and tire needs.
Ooh, nice. You can also see them to buy the Ferris commercial mowers. They sell Ferris commercial mowers there as well. And that is another sponsor of this podcast. So
speaking of mowers, did you ever buy one?
No, dude. Long story. Mine, new car, but we have carb problems with it. So I'm using, my parents brought over, it's like a 1993 Toro, non-zero turns, like a 42-inch deck. Dude, yeah, one headlight. This thing sucks, man.
But I know a place.
Yeah, exactly.
That you can buy a new mower.
Yeah, and I probably need to break down. I'm saving up the wedding and stuff, so I need to break down, just buy one, and because I can't even hold a beer when I'm mowing on this old ass Toro. So
shit. If you can't hold a beer and mow, you don't need to mow.
No, I'd rather just whatever, dude. Anyways, let's move on. Special guest today, Mr. AJ Hopkins. One of the most exciting sprint car racers in Indiana. I enjoy watching him. Seems like he runs the line that sells a lot of T-shirts up there at Putnamville and Bloomington, around the rim up there. So today we got AJ Hopkins on. AJ, how you doing, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, cool. I want to start off by saying your name's AJ. Is that short for something? What's your actual name?
It's Anthony James.
James.
Dad was a big AJ Foyt fan, so that's awesome. Where that comes from.
Pretty cool. So speaking of AJ Foyt, what got you started in racing? Tell us what your journey's been, what age you started, and who got you going.
Dad got a yard cart back when I was 4, or actually 3. So we started in the backyard driving that when I was 3. One of his work buddies basically sold him a quarter midget, and we started novice training over at the Terre Haute track. Just went from there, moved up to junior Honda into light 160, and then got into the micros, and then that just progressed. So I think he shot himself in the foot starting the whole racing deal. He didn't think it was going to go that far.
Oh yeah, I don't think any parent expects it to. But when the micros, what age did you start racing the micros?
Micros would have been 2004, 2005, I think.
Okay.
So
cool. Was that a family-owned car that you were in?
Yeah, I was in the family car basically up until we got into Ottinger's car. Drove for a guy, Roy Jackson, in the sprint car. That was my first actual ride, and then got with Scott Van Hoy in the micro. So I drove mom and dad's car up until 2016, basically.
Yeah.
What kind of chassis was that?
Yeah.
The micro?
Yeah.
Micro's concept.
Okay.
Now in the Van Hoy car, that's the 2V, right? That's the one you won the I believe the 2014 spray again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
14.
Cool. I actually got the 2015 Sprague shirt you're on the back of, I believe.
Oh yeah, boy, cowboy.
I was I need a shirt. So cool, that worked out. Kyle, you want to go off of that one real quick?
Yeah. So have you pretty well been in the concept your whole micro career?
I have. I drove one night for Jason Myers, and that was in a P&P. Went over to Australia when I was turned 18 and then 19. So both those years we ran a P&P micro over there for Terry Cowell. So we did that. That was
you went over there.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, ran with the Formula 500s. So it was flat out like I don't know, 500-meter tracks, and that would be basically 3/8 to a half-mile track.
So
They
that's
were
way over my
they
head.
were
when you start-
massive.
Yeah, when you go to meters, that goes over my head also. That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah.
They're on
back-
the they're on
Get
the
back
metric
over
system.
here. Cool.
So that's cool. Have you pretty well whenever you were in the States, obviously racing, have you pretty well done like non-wing your whole life, or have you been a little bit of everything?
Sprint car, I've never ran a wing, so it's all been non-wing. Micro, we used to switch back and forth when they had the Indiana Micro Series. We used to run the wing and non-wing, but preferably been non-wing the whole time.
Okay, very cool.
This hasn't really been too much wing stuff around, Indiana. I mean, it's starting to come back now, but up
Yeah.
until
Especially-
now, it hasn't been coming around.
Especially northern Indiana, it didn't seem like it was too popular. It's so weird. You just cross over the Wabash in Illinois, and it's all wing, wing, wing.
Oh yeah.
And then Indiana's just non-wing. So yeah. I mean, as far as your career goes and stuff like that, what's been one of your biggest moments in your career? A big win, or just something that's happened to you in the past that stands out above everything else?
I think the big thing is going to be getting the HARF award this year. So we were the driver of the year for HARF with the sprint car. Got the 3-track championships: Bloomington, Putnamville, and Paragon. I think Kelly Kinzer is the only one to have done that, and that was back in '82. So that was pretty cool. It was my first sprint car championship, and also my car owner's first sprint car championship. We got 3 in 1 year, so it was pretty big accomplishment. I'd say on top of that, winning the Sprague and then winning the US 24 Big Dance. I think that was in the same year. That was a pretty good year too.
That's awesome.
Damn, that was a hell of a good year. It seems like those 2 wins right there, the Big Dance and Sprague, that kind of puts you on the map for down the road and stuff too. So I was actually watching. Go ahead.
Sorry, the micros are just so tough now. I mean, everybody's
gosh.
fast.
Yeah, and the every single class. I mean, there's just so many big names, and just the competition's ridiculous. So I was actually watching a video today. I believe it was the 2017, I think the Leon Gentry Memorial at Bloomington, when you're in the Ottinger car.
Yep.
And you dog walked them. It seemed like you had a little bit of competition from Cummins there for a little bit, and then
yeah, Cummins showed me a nose, and then I knew I had to get on it.
As I say, you're on cruise control. Then
massive curb.
Oh yeah, it looked like you had to really ease into that one. So that was pretty cool one to watch too. I enjoy that. Bloomington's awesome, especially watching qualifying there. It just seems like you put your foot down and don't lift it. So
You got to be stuck on that, but it gives you a sense of false security, and it'll dump you out of the bowl real quick. So
oh yeah, send you in the ditch. I'll run 4. That'd be fun. So whose driving style would you say you compare with? I know I've watched you in a micro. I've raced with you a few times in micro, but watching you in a sprint car, especially at Putnamville, it seems like you get up on the wheel pretty hard, a lot harder than others. So who do you compare your driving style with?
Driving style, I have no clue. I used to be, kick it into the corners, slide in, bang the curb. Now I've kind of, limited myself, and I try to drive a lot straighter up on the curb.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. It's just not a lack of effort, but I've dumped myself too many times that I've kind of learned not to do that. So I've changed my driving style. So who would I compare to?
Or I guess who have you watched before you got in the sprint cars who kind of, you've seen their driving style and you're like, I want to, kind of.
I think you just watch people and
like
just take everybody's, stuff that everybody does and go from
gotcha.
there. I don't know if there's one guy that would compare to what I like. Darren Clayton's pretty hard on the wheel and gets up on it. I like his style, but I don't know, kind of hard to just pinpoint one guy.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I actually remember, like you were saying, you start taking a little bit easier going into that curb. I think I remember it was a Putnamville. It was a couple years ago in your family-owned car, wasn't it? You got upside down pretty hard.
Qualifying. Oh yeah. I bet the dust pretty good on that one.
Yeah, I remember that. So
we went 4th quick, first lap, and then probably had quick time if I would have said so, if I didn't yard sailed into turn 3 and 4. So
Yeah. Crazy. Kyle, you got anything to go off of that, bud?
No, man, we're rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, real quick though, so a lot of people don't realize. Well, I'd say most of our audience probably realizes, but like they don't understand the caliber of drivers that you're racing against on a weekly basis. So, like, you go to Putnamville. You guys race on Saturdays or Fridays?
Saturdays usually.
So basically, Saturday night that could be a pretty stacked USAC feature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you have a bunch of USAC guys come on, and then I mean, they'll all tell you that local Indiana stuff's probably the hardest stuff that they'll have to go, because we run them, night in and night out. We know what the track's going to do. We know, where it's going to go. So, I mean, there's 7, 8, 9 guys every night that could be in contention to win. So, I mean, it's even getting to where starting out of the top 6 is really tough if it gets a curb, or everybody's starting to figure it out now. It's just tough to get up there and win, and we've been fortunate enough to just put the races together and be there at the end of the race to contend for the win. So it's just tough when you catch an 8 invert after you won your heat race, or you don't lock in after the heat race and you finish 3rd or something. Like at Paragon this weekend, we finished 3rd in the heat and it put us starting 12th in the feature. So it's just rough.
Yeah, it seemed that you got up there. You were leading the thing, weren't you? Then had an issue, had to go back and came back and finished 8th.
Yep, we got up to the lead in 10 laps. We're kind of running a high line going into 1 and diamonding the corner off.
Mhm.
It would just gain a ton of speed down the back stretch and get 1 or 2 cars going down there. Got into the lead with 10 laps in, and I think we had 8 to go, and we had a red flag, and the photographer come over and said, "Hey, how many laps do you have left?" And I said, "Heck, I don't know." He said, "Well, your left rear tire looks like a pancake." And I said, "You gotta be kidding me." So we tried to fire off and get it heated back up, but it ended up being a bleeder hose had broke, let all the air out. So we had to come into the pits and get a new left rear put on.
That shit sucks. That's heartbreak stuff right there, especially when you have a car to win the race and that something like that happens out of your
I was
hands.
pretty upset.
AJ,
Yeah.
how many wins do you have this year so far?
Well, we have 4, so we've
4.
won 4 out of the 4 out of the 7 at Putnamville now.
Okay,
That's pretty good percentage.
that's good. That's very good.
Was really good until this past weekend. So we had a bunch of heartbreak. Had that bleeder break, and then Putnamville running 5th, like 3 laps in the feature, and ended up blowing an engine. So
That's
had to
never
come
good.
off for that.
Well, get
Before
all
the
your
Josh
way.
Burton race this weekend. So
I was gonna say, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
You got the Josh Burton Friday, so
You
Yeah.
guys got a speaking of, let's go in there.
yeah, the Burton family. How'd you get teamed up with them? How's your relationship been with them, and how'd you get teamed up with them?
So the Burtons, I don't think you will find another family in any car that's as good as the Burtons. They just want to race. They have a ton of people that help them. Jerry Burton, the car owner, he busts his butt. He's a bricklayer or a mason. Just has a bunch of guys, a bunch of his buddies that come out and help. So we got hooked up with them 2 years ago. The Ottingers, they wanted to pursue something else. I think they just got burnt out with it, and they were going to buy property and manage it. So they ended up selling all the cars out and liquidated all that and put it into a building that they could all do together. So no hard feelings with us. We're still good buddies. They still come out to Chili Bowl with us. And Jerry just gave me a call and said, "Hey, you want to run?" And I said, "Well, yeah, we'll try it out." So we ran 2 races in 2019. We ran Gas City, Kokomo. No, we ran 3 in Putnamville. Just had a couple issues, car wise, just a couple mechanical issues that, was out of the hands of everybody. And 2020, we hit the ground running, and it's been great ever since. The guys are awesome, and I swear you won't find any other family in racing that's as good as them.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome. That makes it a lot more fun when you have a family that's win or lose, they're there having fun, and it's like a huge team family effort. So that's pretty cool to be a part of that. Favorite racetrack? What's your favorite racetrack to be you've ever been to, raced at, or just I guess
Putnamville.
watched? I guess the many times you won there, it's hard to say not.
Yeah,
So,
Putnamville's good. It's close to the house. My girls and wife, they usually come. So it's easy for us. It's only 30 minutes from the house.
That's awesome.
Fan base is great. Track's usually good. Goes to my driving style with the curbs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all. Berrigan and Bloomington, they're both good. We just, seem to fare better at Putnamville usually.
You been on the Hopstat?
We went there once with mom and dad's car.
Did you
That's
hate it?
3 hours from us. No, I liked it. It was fine. It's just a heck of a drive home.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm from Hopstat, and I don't know. I've been on that track once. Kyle seen me. I hated it. It's just like ice. You can never get hooked up. It just seems like you're not going anywhere ever. But it's an awesome facility, awesome track, obviously. Very
It's
well
fast.
prepared. Oh yeah.
At least there's no dust usually, so that's a plus.
Never. But yeah, I went to Putnamville once. I love that track. Just a lot more fun, which it looks like was it last week or the week before? They got a bunch of rain up there in Putnamville, and they ended up getting the show in, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
How was that
Oh,
track
yeah.
of that? Because usually they call it Rutnamville. Do they get it pretty smoothed out? And is it pretty, was
It
pretty good
smoothed out
racing?
and widened out at the end. It was I had no clue at the start of the night. We were sitting here watching the tractor go around there. I was like, there is no way that we were possibly getting this in. We went out and rolled it in. Got it going pretty good. I forget what I started. I think I started sixth.
Mhm.
But we ended up winning that night and passed Nate McMillan for the win.
Oh,
But we had so much mud on the front of the car. I mean, the engine got up to 260, so that's probably the start of the engine going
meltdown.
sour.
yep.
We had about 8 to 10 inches of mud packed on the front of the radiator. I mean, it was a mutter up until probably the last 5 laps, and then it finally moved up and blew off.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But yeah, the spikers, they got their stuff down. I don't know how they can run 3 tracks, but they seem to do it pretty well.
Yeah. Do they still got that funny? I guess it's that funny looking truck that does all the packing. Do they still have that thing up there?
Oh yeah,
All right,
yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Looks like a.
Very unique.
I guess it's not PC. I'm not going to say that, but all right.
You can say whatever you want on here.
Do whatever you want. Hey, Cody can edit very well.
Yeah, we had Brian McDaniel in here, and he uses the F word like an adjective.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, so I'm playing it nice.
Brad's like, you get an F word, you get an F word.
Cody spent so much time editing that, so that was fun.
So you got a big race coming up this weekend, right? Friday?
I would say that's our biggest race of the year. So
okay, you gonna have a motor ready for that one?
Yep, they picked it up from Foxco yesterday. Probably put it in tonight, so we'll be ready.
So tell some people that obviously probably don't understand why this is a big event for you.
So back in 2013, Jerry's son and Darlene was killed over at Bloomington in a sprint car. Just a freak accident and took his life. So they're basically racing in his honor.
That's awesome.
Everybody paints their tires orange. That's what he used to do. So everybody rolls in with orange tires. They actually give you an incentive if you win, or I think it's the highest place finisher that has orange painted tires will get $500. If you have the halo bar, which Darlene and Jerry really push, you'll get an extra 1,000 if you win. So it'll take it from 6,000 to win up to 7,000 with the halo, and if you have the orange tires, it'd be 7,500.
Oh,
So that's a pretty good payday. So hopefully we have a bunch of guys show up and support a good event, and they got tons of sponsors that have dumped money into it. So Jerry and Darlene end up paying not only the sprint car that Josh used to run, but they also pay the super stocks, the modifieds, and the bombers all through and add money on top of them.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
That's
that.
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's a really cool way to push safety too. Kind of give it an incentive to run the stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would have never thought of doing that. That's really awesome.
I think
Especially
T-Miz
those non-wings.
T-Miz is pushing those halo bars pretty good too.
Yeah, he welds them up at his shop. So I know Joe at DRC, that's what we run chassis wise. He welds them up for us, and then I think Stambro does them, and also T-Miz. So
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys are going to have a motor for that event. That's a pretty big one for you guys, and I hope you guys do it well at it.
I think if they didn't have their engine, then we'd be pulling ours out of mom and dad's car and probably put it in, because there's no way we're missing that race. I'll tell you that right now.
I understand that 100%.
Rather that or duct tape the body panels to our car. So either way we'll be at the track.
Yeah. Speaking of Stambros, is he ever going to get back in a sprint car again? I haven't heard his name in a long time.
I don't know. He was over at Circle City watching that new track with the All-Stars.
Yeah. You plan on running there this year at all, Circle City?
I think they only have 3 or 4 non-wing races, so I don't know what we kind of just fly by the seat of our pants and pick and choose whatever we want through the week. So we don't really get a schedule. So that kind of makes people mad, but
yeah,
we just go where we please.
I'm gonna say, when you got a family and you're looking to just have fun and stay close to home, it's do what you can do. So
you're like in that perfect area to have all those racetracks around you. I'm super jealous.
Sure. Yeah,
we got 7, 8 tracks within an hour and a half now.
That's awesome.
That's wild. That is super wild. So this upcoming year, what are some of your, well, we just kind of talked about, you don't really have any plans, but do you have any, I guess, plans as far as like, are you going to be in the micro ever again, or are you just all sprint car and then midget in the wintertime?
I think for this year, we're going to just stick with the sprint car. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I love the micros. It's just hard to leave the sprint car, and go do the micro for a bit. So I don't know. I talked to Scott and Seth, on a weekly basis. I think actually we're going up tomorrow night to Logansport. He's the 2V. They're going to put Courtney Barth in the car. So I was going to go up there and, hang out with them. And, if she has any questions, I don't think she's ever been in a concept car. So give her some, pointers or whatever she feels. We'll figure it out and get her comfy. So I think after work, I'm going to peel out and head to Logansport and do some testing with her. So they're good for this weekend.
Cool. Yeah, I just didn't know if we were ever going to see you back at the Sprague again in that 2V car or anything. So
one of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days.
AJ, do you feel like running the sprint car helps you in the micro?
No. Maybe speed wise, but they're totally different animals.
Really?
The sprint car is all with the throttle to turn it. The micro, you kind of got to, if you're not up on the curb and you're on the bottom, you kind of wait, get in easy and wait for it to set. And instead of, if you do that with the sprint car, you're going to be skating all the way across the track. So I think it's 2 different driving styles. I mean, heck, I get more worn out in the micro than I do the sprint car, not having the power steering and stuff. And you got to basically manhandle it.
Yeah, I bet that's pain.
Yeah, I always felt like I wasn't in a sprint car very long, but I always felt like everything was like so much slower to me. Like it wasn't
slow motion.
Nothing happened as quick. It just seemed like it was like you did something, wait. Oh, there it is.
Yep, they're lazy race cars.
Exactly.
Where like the micros are super radical and just take off on you.
Oh yeah, I can imagine the micros and the midgets would be a little bit closer comparable, but yeah.
I mean, I guess answering your question, if the sprint car helps me, probably yes on the speed wise, because it doesn't feel as fast, so you feel like you can run wide open or whatnot. Like SIR is just a badass track. Like get up on the fence, run it. I have no problem doing that. It doesn't scare me at all.
Yeah, the
But-
sprint car kind of gives you big kahunas, and it kind of makes you feel a little more invincible in the micro.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of, I guess, a plus side of that. All right, dude. I guess we'll get into some questions. Kyle, you just want to go into some the hobby, personal question stuff?
Yeah,
Got
man,
anything
that's
else for 'em
perfect.
before we start that stuff?
Oh, I'm learning a
You
lot.
got a jet or two to wash back there? Or you all done for the night?
No, I got that one over there. I got to get, but
You gonna vacuum it out? Had a big party.
Hey, get your windows next.
yeah, it's gonna get wet here soon.
Lucky you. All right, dude. Favorite hobbies outside of racing? What are some of your favorite hobbies to do?
Skeet shoot. Obviously I just bought a pit bike off of Kyle. So we got my wife has a pit bike now. I got a pit bike. The girls have a go-kart. So we, just like hanging out, riding around our property. And that's basically it. Working,
That's pretty awesome.
riding, spending time with girls when we can. So
You guys got a little track up there, or you just riding around the yard, or probably?
no,
still
right now
flat?
we just have trails, so we don't have
Cool.
anything built. I think we're gonna get a skid steer out here before too long and get some stuff mowed down and get some more trails for the girls and
Yeah.
build a couple things. But
When
got
when
some buddies that-
Kyle sold you that pit bike, did he tell you that his stupid friend made him buy it because I have a track, and he's like, but we never hung out. We never made time to do it. But did
he
say
said you
anything
got a
about-
pretty cool track.
Yeah. Well, he's never been here, so he wouldn't know. But
I watch videos.
Yeah.
but yeah. Anytime you're down in the Hobbs area, bring that pit bike by. We'll have some
That
fun
thing's
back
legit.
there. Oh yeah.
She's got some power, I'll give it that.
Yeah,
Be
it
careful.
definitely does.
They will hurt you in a heartbeat.
It's getting some rubber put on it right now, so it's out of commission.
Oh, I see.
It probably needed some eventually, but it was coming soon.
Oh, real soon.
Well, at least it's in good hands now. So, next question, I guess food wise, what's your favorite kind of food?
Favorite food, any kind of pasta.
Yeah.
So spaghetti. I don't know. Anything pasta is really suits my style.
I'll be damned. It's making me tired just thinking about that. Pasta puts me to sleep. Beverage wise, what's your favorite beverage, adult or non-adult? What you got in the red cup right now? What are you sipping on?
That is Bush beer.
Bush beer or Bush Light?
Bush.
Bush.
Heavy. Bush.
Nice.
I can't drink the heavies because I got a bit of a weight problem.
Don't say that.
I didn't know if you're going to be putting the actual video on, if I could have the actual beer in hand or not. So I put it in a solo cup. So
Oh, you can do
yeah.
whatever you
fly
want.
under
You're
the
fine.
radar, but you asked me a
usually-
question, so I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm usually always drinking Bush Light on here, but I had a long day yesterday. So
I had a long day today. In the heat.
what do you do? Speaking of that, what do you do for a 9 to 5? What's your job? What do you do?
I'm a land surveyor for Banning Engineering. So I'm a crew chief out in the field. So we do everything, bunch of DNR work, profiling creeks, streams, construction staking for residential, commercial, a bunch of topographic surveys, boundaries, everything.
Yeah, that's wild. So you did have a little hot day today, getting up there.
Yeah,
Bet you can't wait for August to come around.
right. Yep, just waiting.
Music wise, what are you jamming out to?
Rather some country, or when I get a wild hair up my ass, I'll go with some 3 Days Grace or Three Doors Down.
Mm-hmm. Get
So,
you pumped up
I
before.
switch it up. I listen to everything though, so
Yeah, cool.
it
Kyle?
doesn't matter.
Nope.
Yeah.
This next question is my favorite question of all because that's whenever we can talk about driving styles and stuff like that.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
here we go. Let me
So
ask,
what do you prefer? Do you prefer wing or non-wing?
Yeah.
non-wing.
Okay. All right. Now let me ask you a question. It's a big debate. Do you think driving with a wing makes you a better non-wing driver?
Probably going back to like the micro, yeah, because it slows it down. I mean, wing cars are so much faster, and you got to, be straighter when you drive. I mean, yeah, I would say. I mean, you see what Tyler Courtney does, comes back and waxes everybody in the non-wing car.
He's crazy, man. He's doing something pretty impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would definitely say the wing car would help you.
Damn. I was hoping he wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, because you're a non-wing guy.
I love non-wing. I'm always like, man, it just seems like the
I
wing.
love
you
the
get-
non-wing, but I've never ran a wing, so I don't know the feeling of it winging down or anything.
Yeah, I imagine the sprint car would definitely be a huge difference. I'm always just like, I'm a big proponent of non-wing. You could take a crappy car and make it pretty good if you're a good driver. You could find your stuff. If you have a
Yep.
shit wing car, good luck.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
gonna
really-
get lapped.
You know, the few times that I ran a wing micro, I didn't really feel the wing. You know, it wasn't like it wanted to drive you in the corner, but
No, not at all.
until I got to like Australia on those big tracks, I mean, you could feel that like crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, running Logansport or Peru or anywhere around here, it's I don't know. I don't think the wing really. I mean, it obviously does, but it's not a super drastic change like you would think it would be.
Yeah. Yep, I hear you on that. Kyle, got anything else, brother? To add on
And
to that?
I don't. I appreciate it. This has been a fun one. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
Fresh
wanna
out of
bring up-
information,
do we-
huh?
Oh yeah,
Do we
man.
wanna- Do we want to bring up?
Yeah, actually,
there's a-
so our really good buddy, his name is
Yeah.
Chris Coben.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
here we
thi-
go.
Here we go.
We
So
talk-
I think
we haven't talked about in this episode. We talk about him every episode.
yeah, so we got to bring him up. So what happened with you guys in the didn't you guys get into it in the Sprague?
Yeah. Coming off of 4, I think we just, I don't know. I right reared him or we come together on the front stretch and put him in the fence. And I mean, not like I wanted to, but
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh, you
okay.
really-
To this day, I say it's his fault. It wasn't yours. I was there. I was watching. It wasn't your fault.
I don't know. It was just, you know, going for position and racing hard. I mean, I'm not setting out to wreck anybody.
Yeah.
but
It's
I
a
know he
Sprague,
was
man. It's a
probably
tough
pretty
race.
pissed.
Yeah.
He'll get over it.
That was yeah, definitely. That was a wild wreck though. That was a
I think
very
it sent him
vicious
up
one.
into the fence, didn't it?
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and Joey Worth. Yeah, it was a pretty bad one. But
Yeah, he rung his bell on that one, but nah, he's cool with it. He didn't ever even mentions it. We just kind of mentioned it.
yeah.
Yeah, just to poke fun.
Oh yeah, if
All
you
the time.
understood,
Good old shit starter.
that's what it is. That's all it is.
Damn right.
It was his fault though, so that's what we're gonna say.
Yep,
Ah.
exactly. That's what I'm sticking to.
I think I was on the bottom too for once, so that was weird.
Yeah,
I think
it
I went
was.
to the bottom coming out of 4 and moved up and just, you know, nerf to
Mhm.
nerf and put him up into the fence. So
Now, were you guys mid pack or were you guys pretty up front?
I have no clue.
I don't remember
imagine-
that. I got to
I
think.
imagine
That was
up
like
front.
4 years ago, I think, wasn't it?
It was longer than that. That would have been, yeah, maybe at 16. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important. What is important is that you beat his ass. So, so
Which
it's
isn't
all
hard.
good. Which isn't that hard.
he's
But
he's fast there.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's getting it.
yeah, he is. He is good there. He's good everywhere. But
I think Tyler, didn't I race you at I think we ran over in Michigan together. that you?
I went up to Jackson one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were up there. That's back when Zeb Wise was in the D1, and you had a Boston Mead up there too. Were you up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
I'll be damn. That was a really cool track, man.
That
How's
was the
the-
one that was shooting rooster tails all the way down the track, wasn't it? Hot laps and stuff. That's the same
sounds-
place, the go-kart track.
It may have, yeah. They had a go kart track there. It was
Yeah,
a
'cause
really
you
cool
got-
little facility.
You guys had some turf tires on or something funky.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a neat track, Jackson Motorsports Complex, whatever the hell it was called. So
I think you won that night, didn't you?
no, I didn't. That was the night I went up there. Zeb won.
Okay, so it wasn't the same night.
No, probably not. But it's cool that you've been to that track though. I never knew anybody knew about that track. So
Yeah, we ran it one night. So it
cool
was like
deal.
they went out there with a skid steer with a turf attachment on it and tilled the track up. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? That's probably not going to be good for a track surface. It's gonna. And they had nothing to pack it in with.
I That's wild. Yeah, the experience I had was way better. The track was pretty awesome. It was almost like a Hopstop style track where you just drove
Yeah.
the sumbitch in, threw it in there, and kind of shot off the other way.
I
So
don't know if it was Jackson or not. It was
Yeah.
some track in Michigan, the only Michigan track I've been to.
Yeah.
Ran third. So I just thought it was you that I was running against, but guess not.
no, usually when you come down and race Marion or something like that, I'm way behind you, so you don't see me anyways.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Story of my life. All right, brother. I appreciate you joining us on here tonight. It's been awesome. Got to know you a little bit better and stuff. So, Kyle, got anything, buddy?
No, man, I need to get one of those racing shirts. Where can a guy go get your racing shirts at?
Oh, for sure.
We got the website, ajhopkinsracing.com.
Okay.
So we got that up.
That's actually easy to
Speaking
remember.
of that, I kind of need to go do inventory right now. So you get that all done up. But we got t-shirts from this year. We are sold out of a bunch of them, but we have a bunch from last year, the year before that we have a couple on clearance. And then we got license plates, koozies.
You get those sweet cups too, don't you?
No,
those
that's
cups?
that's the Burtons that have those.
Okay, I've seen something across. I think it's your racing page or the Burton's page. I don't remember whose it was.
That's actually Megan Peden. So she was dating Josh when he was killed over at Bloomington. So she's making those cups now and does a really good job. I think we have 2 of them. I've just ordered 3 more. So she does good work.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Is there anybody you like to thank before heading out of here? Any sponsors or anybody?
Oh, we throw out some sponsors. Banding Engineering, that's a good one. Wall and Associates, Realty, Burton Masonry, obviously got to throw Jerry in there. Johnson Taxidermy, Johnson Cattle, which is with the 2V, the micro. High Flying Imagery, Hadley Cook and Quill and Insurance, Taylor Excavating, Grassroots. Just, I know I'm going to forget somebody, but that's the gist of it.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Bush.
Get faster rambling them off, but I've been on a losing streak lately, so I haven't been able to get them going.
Yeah, Russ feels the same way.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I've seen that victory lane.
AJ, we really appreciate it, dude. Thank you for coming.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. So
yeah, be safe on that pit bike.
Well,
Yeah,
we need to get Kyle another one so he can come out and rip.
It's going to be a while. I don't have health insurance right now, so it's going to be.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
What's important?
Yeah, already got knocked out once. I don't need to do it again.
Oh boy,
that's what happened to you. All right, I appreciate it, AJ. Good talking to you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
See
buddy.
you later.
Bye-bye.